we want to thank you guys for coming out and covering this intimate event. We decided that we would not have a balloon release as we have had in the past. So we wanted to just get you to come out and see something a little bit more intimate with our family. We also want to thank the people who showed up last year en masse, because as a result of that, we were able to get the reward increased from $25,000 to $100,000, which we still think is not significant enough, but at least we were able to get that increase. And we're here today reaching out to the public and to the local government to please come forward with something more significant in regards to the reward, because it is very difficult to get someone to make a commitment to possibly put their lives on the line because of how horrific this incident was, for even $100,000. $100,000 for two people, well, that's $50,000 per person. And people are just not going to come out and put their lives on the line for that. And there are reasons for that, you know. One, of course, is the fear. But number two is that they're concerned about their anonymity with the law enforcement. Because, as we know, in minority communities, there is a lot of distrust between the citizens and law enforcement. So we're asking that the city council gets to get together again and do a significant increase, because we know that does work.
What has the sheriff's department told you about the status of the case itself? There are cold cases, then there are ones which tend to, people tend to forget. You're saying in this case you can't forget this one.
Absolutely. And
I'm hearing them.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
And Captain Jones last week assured me that this is not a cold case, that they consider this an active case and it is not a cold case, which gives us some encouragement. But, without the things that I mentioned, especially the significant increase in the reward, we don't believe that this is going to move forward.
8 years after, when you think about mother and son, what do you miss?
Oh, everything. The camaraderie, the companionship, everything.
Something about that, a voice, a smile, a presence being there?
Absolutely. A laugh, a joke, and in my daughter's case, that 3 o'clock call from her mom, all of those things, my golf buddy, Jordan was an avid golfer because I got him and his brother involved in golf at the ages of 3 and 4, which led to Tiger Woods and his first golf tournament as an amateur at Riviera Country Club, reached out to me and asked to meet with them. And as a result of that, we are now a part of his HBO documentary. So they have been seen all over the world, with the great Tiger Woods.
Do you feel there's a possibility something will happen? I mean, often cases go unsolved until someone gets arrested, their DNA is put into the system, and all of a sudden, click, something happens. Do you think that is possible? It could happen any day now.
Something, definitely. I don't know if it's going to be with DNA. I'm more inclined to believe that some female who is connected to these people, or that person who pulled the trigger those multiple times that night, will have a conscience enough to come to us and come to law enforcement and say, I can't take this any longer. A mom, a son, and as quiet as kept, the grandmother was hit too. She showed us her injury to her knee, but she did not want to give them the satisfaction that they hurt her. But it is not true to say that she was not hurt. That night, we could have lost 3 generations.
That'll do. Thank you. Anyone else care to say anything? Step forward.
The only thing I'd like to say is that.
Give me your name first.
Oh,
That's
sorry,
important.
Melissa Love.
Yeah.
You need the spelling too?
No, that's fine.
Okay. The only thing I'd like to say is we still are hopeful that with the increase to $100,000 that we are still one step closer to finding out who did this to my mom and my brother and getting justice for this family.
You're convinced that somewhere the word is going to go out on the street. There's $100 grand out here, and all you have to do is pick up a phone and make a call.
Absolutely.
Gentlemen?
What would happen if and when you do find out who did this? What is that? How important is that to you? What would it do for you?
It's more important than anything now. That closure is what we're looking for. You know,
The justice.
but to find out why.
Melissa, for you, I know it's an even deeper wound. You had that special connection with your mom. I'm not sure if you feel comfortable talking about how you were an organ donor to her.
Sure.
If you could talk about that.
Absolutely. So, in 2006, on November 28th, I did donate a kidney to my mom, who was on dialysis for almost 5 years. I actually got tested behind her back and was a match. And the doctors told us that we were as close, or if not closer, than twins as far as being a match. So we did have that connection.
There's the emotional, and then there's the physical, if you want to call it a link.
Yes.
She was part of you, and when she passed on, it felt like part of you died.
Absolutely. I mean, she's the woman that gave me life, and I gave it back to her. So
You owe her right now to find out who was responsible for this.
absolutely, of course.